All right, so you've given us quite the reading list for this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Excerpts from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich,
Hmm.
mixed with a little something about ideal podcast lengths.
Interesting combination.
Looks like you're ready to unlock some serious achievement secrets.
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? How these seemingly unrelated things
Yeah.
can actually connect. You know, this idea of like an ideal podcast length,
Right.
valuing conciseness,
Right.
respecting your audience's time.
Yeah.
Those are the hallmarks of successful communication.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Not just in podcasting, yeah.
Not just in podcasting.
So let's dive into Hill's masterpiece.
Okay.
It's basically a roadmap to success, right?
Yeah.
Covering everything from desire and faith
Mm-hmm.
to specialized knowledge and imagination. He interviewed hundreds of successful people.
He did.
Trying to crack the code of what made them tick.
And what's amazing is this book written decades ago
Right.
is still so relevant today.
It really is.
It's like he tapped into something fundamental about human achievement
Totally.
that transcends time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the things that Hill really hammers home is the power of desire.
Oh, yeah.
Not just wishing for things.
Right.
But that burning, can't stop, won't stop kind of desire.
Exactly, that deep desire.
Yeah.
He argues it's the starting point
Yes.
of every great achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Without that deep-seated drive,
Right.
would you really put in the effort,
Right.
overcome the obstacles, and
Yeah.
keep going
Yeah.
when things get tough?
Right. You need that fuel.
You need that fuel.
Yeah. And he tells this great story about Edwin Barnes,
Oh, yeah.
who basically willed himself
Yeah.
into a partnership with Thomas Edison.
Unbelievable story.
Barnes started with nothing
Nothing.
but a burning desire
Mm-hmm.
to work with the inventor
Yeah.
and a relentless persistence
Yes.
to make it happen.
I mean, he couldn't even afford the train fare to get to Edison,
I know.
so he hopped a freight train.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And when he finally met Edison,
Right.
it wasn't his appearance or
Right.
credentials that impressed Edison.
Well,
It was that raw,
yeah.
unstoppable desire.
It is that drive.
Edison saw in Barnes a man who wouldn't quit
Yeah.
until he reached his goal.
Exactly.
It really makes you think, right?
Absolutely.
Like, if you look back
Yeah.
on times you really achieved something amazing,
Uh-huh.
was there a burning desire driving you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It becomes the fuel,
Yes.
the engine that propels you forward
Yeah.
on the road to achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Without it, it's easy to get sidetracked,
Right.
lose motivation,
Ah.
or settle for less than what you're truly capable of.
Okay, next up.
All right.
The power of imagination.
Oh, it's a good one.
Hill talks about two kinds.
Okay.
Synthetic,
Mm-hmm.
which is all about rearranging existing ideas. And creative, which
Yeah.
is more about tapping into
Mhm.
like a deeper,
Yeah.
more intuitive source of inspiration.
Exactly.
He believes both are crucial.
Absolutely.
You need creative imagination to spark the initial idea,
Right.
and then synthetic imagination
Yeah.
to map out how to actually make it a reality,
Right.
like to bring it into the world.
To make it real.
To make it real, yeah.
He uses a really cool example.
Okay.
The enchanted kettle.
Okay, what's that?
Well, it sounds magical, but it's actually the origin story of Coca-Cola.
Oh, wow.
Someone took a simple idea,
Okay.
syrup mixed with carbonated water,
Right.
and through imagination, transformed it into
Cool.
a global empire.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you're saying that simple ideas,
It's a great reminder
yeah.
that sometimes those aha
Mm.
moments,
Mm-hmm.
those groundbreaking ideas,
Right.
are sparked by seeing the potential in something ordinary
Yeah.
and having the imagination to transform it into something extraordinary.
Wow. What simple ideas do you see around you
Right.
with untapped potential?
Exactly.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Okay, next you've got to talk about definiteness of purpose.
Okay.
Hill is adamant
Yeah.
that you need a clear, concise statement of your goals,
Yes.
a timeline for achieving them,
Right.
and a concrete plan of action.
Basically, turn those dreams into a target you can actually hit.
Exactly.
He tells this fascinating story of Dr. Gonzalez,
Okay.
who wanted $1 million
Wow.
to establish the Armour Institute of Technology.
Okay.
He presented his vision to philanthropist Philip Armour
Mm-hmm.
with a solid plan.
Okay.
And guess what?
What?
He secured the funding within 36 hours.
No way.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It really highlights how powerful it can be
Yeah.
to move beyond just wishing and hoping to actually having a clearly defined goal and a plan to achieve it.
I love that.
Think about your own experiences.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how things seem to fall into place more easily when you make a firm decision and commit to a plan?
Yeah, it's like things start happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like that feeling of shifting from neutral to drive.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you've set your destination?
Yes.
And you're actively moving toward it?
Exactly.
That decisiveness creates momentum.
It does.
And attracts the resources you need to succeed.
It does.
Okay, so we've got the desire, the imagination, and the plan.
What's next?
Yeah, it's amazing how a clear plan can really get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But even with the best laid plans, there are always bumps in the road, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's where Hill's principle of persistence comes in.
Okay.
It's the bridge that connects your vision to reality.
You're telling me.
Right.
I think we've all had those moments.
Oh, yeah.
Where we just hit a wall and feel like giving up. Absolutely.
But Hill argues that persistence is the key to pushing through those challenges.
It is the key.
He uses a great example.
He does. He used a lot of great examples.
Yeah.
W. Clement Stone.
Okay.
This guy turned $100 into a multi-million-dollar insurance business.
That's incredible.
He didn't have some secret formula or a ton of resources.
Yeah.
What he did have was an unwavering belief in his vision and the tenacity to keep going even when things got tough.
That's inspiring.
Oh, it's super inspiring. But, you know, let's be honest. Persistence could be tough.
It could be really tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think there are times when it's better?
That's a great question.
To just cut your losses?
Yeah.
Move on to something?
I think there's a fine line.
Yeah.
Between persistence and stubbornness.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes it is wise to reevaluate your goals.
And your strategies.
Right.
And if you've given it your all and things still aren't working, it might be a sign that you need to adjust your approach.
Right.
Or even pivot. To a new direction.
Okay, so it's not just about blindly pushing forward. It's
about being smart about it.
Being smart and adaptable.
And adaptable, exactly.
But what about when you hit, you know, those inevitable moments of self-doubt?
Yes, self-doubt.
That's where fear
can really creep in.
Fear can be crippling.
It can.
Hill actually dedicates a whole section to this, right?
Yeah.
He calls them the 6 ghosts of fear.
6 ghosts of fear.
Fear of poverty, criticism,
ill
health, loss of love, old age, and death.
Like all the big ones.
All the big ones.
Yeah.
These are fears we all face.
We do.
To some extent.
It's interesting how those fears
can manifest in different ways.
In different ways, yeah.
Like, I know someone who is so terrified of financial instability.
Oh, yeah.
That they hoard money.
Yeah.
And never spend it. Even on things they need.
That's a classic example of how fear can create a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Interesting.
If you're constantly focused on what you lack, it's harder to attract abundance into your life.
Okay.
Hill argues that fear is often rooted in ignorance.
Interesting.
The more you understand something, the less you fear it.
So knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Even when it comes to facing our fears.
Even when it comes to facing our fears.
That's cool, but how do you suggest someone tackle something like the fear of criticism?
That's a big one.
That's a big one for a lot of people, right?
It is. And Hill's advice on this might surprise you.
Oh, okay.
He essentially says, ignore it.
Oh, wow. Really?
Not every criticism is worth your time or energy.
Okay.
Remember, people project their own insecurities and biases onto others.
It's not always about you.
It's not always about you.
So it's about developing that thick skin.
It's about developing that thick skin.
But how do you filter out the noise?
That's the question.
It's tough to just ignore everything people say.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially if it's someone you respect.
You're right. It's not always easy.
Yeah.
I think it's about learning to discern between constructive criticism, which can actually help you grow, and destructive criticism, which is just meant to tear you down.
Right. Yeah.
If it's someone whose opinion you value, and they offer feedback in a respectful, helpful way, that's worth considering.
Yeah.
But if it's just negativity or personal attacks, let it roll off your back.
Yeah, just let it go.
Let it go. It's so easy to get caught up.
Oh, it is.
What others think.
Especially in today's world,
Right.
With social media and everyone having an opinion.
Everyone's a critic.
Everyone's a critic.
I guess it comes back to knowing your own worth.
It does.
And trusting your gut.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The only opinion that truly matters at the end of the day is your own.
Is your own, yeah.
But even with a strong sense of self, setbacks are inevitable.
They are, yeah.
Right.
So how do you bounce back?
How do you bounce back?
From failure.
Yeah.
Without losing momentum.
That's where Hill's emphasis
Okay.
on learning from failure comes in.
Okay.
He sees failure not as the opposite of success,
Right.
but as a stepping stone on the path to it.
I like that.
It's about analyzing what went wrong,
Right.
adapting your approach,
Yeah.
and trying again.
Okay.
He uses Thomas Edison as an example.
Oh, of course.
Edison famously said,
Yeah.
I have not failed.
Uh-huh.
I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
It's a brilliant mindset shift, isn't it?
That is a brilliant mindset shift.
He saw each failure
as
a valuable piece of information that brought him closer to his goal.
So it's like you're collecting data.
You're collecting data.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I imagine it's still tough.
It's still tough.
To maintain that positive outlook.
Absolutely.
When you're in the thick of it.
When you're in the thick of it, yeah.
Yeah. It can be really hard to pick yourself up.
It can.
Try again.
Try again.
Yeah.
That's where having a supportive network can make all the difference.
Yeah.
Hill talks a lot about the mastermind principle.
Okay, the mastermind.
Surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
People who offer encouragement and hold you accountable to your goals.
I like that. So it's like having...
It's like having your own personal board of advisors.
Yeah, like a personal board of advisors.
People who are invested in your success and can offer different perspectives.
Yeah.
And support when you need it most.
Yeah. That brings us back.
And that brings us back
to that intriguing point you made earlier.
Okay.
About how even the ideal podcast length can connect to success principles.
Right.
It's all about valuing your audience's time.
Valuing your audience's time.
Sitting to the point.
Getting to the point.
Making sure your message is clear and concise.
Absolutely.
Those are valuable skills.
Those are valuable skills.
In any area of life.
In any area of life, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about it. Whether you're giving a presentation, writing an email, or even just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Being able to communicate effectively is crucial.
Absolutely crucial.
For building relationships, influencing others, achieving your goals.
And it's not just about what you say, but how you say it.
Right.
Being a good listener is just as important. Totally.
As being a good speaker.
Yeah, I like that.
It's about creating a sense of connection and understanding, building trust and rapport with the people around you.
I like that.
So we've got desire.
We've got desire.
Imagination.
Definiteness of purpose.
Definiteness of purpose.
Persistence.
Persistence.
And the mastermind principle.
It sounds like we're building quite the toolkit for success here.
We're building quite the toolkit.
It really feels like everything we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
The desire, the planning, the persistence, the power of collaboration, all these pieces fit together to create like a foundation for achieving your goals.
Absolutely.
But there's one more element in Hill's book that I'm really curious to unpack.
All right.
This concept of the sixth sense.
Yes.
What is that?
The sixth sense.
Yeah.
This is where Hill's work takes on more philosophical, even spiritual dimension. He describes it as a kind of intuitive knowing. An ability to tap into a higher intelligence that goes beyond our rational minds.
So it sounds a bit mystical.
It does sound a bit mystical.
Like something out of a superhero movie.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But I'm intrigued.
I understand.
How do you interpret this idea of the sixth sense in a practical way?
I think it's about recognizing that we're not just logical beings. We have this incredible capacity for intuition, for creative insight, for making connections that our conscious minds might miss.
So it's like that aha moment.
Exactly.
When a solution suddenly appears.
Yes.
Seemingly out of nowhere.
Yes.
After you've been struggling with a problem.
That feeling you get in your gut.
Right.
When you know something is right.
Yeah.
Even if you can't logically explain it.
Yes.
Hill believed that this sixth sense is something we can cultivate through practice and self-development.
But he doesn't give a specific formula, though, does he?
He doesn't.
Like, you can't just download an app and suddenly develop your sixth sense overnight.
Right, exactly.
Right.
It's more about being open to those intuitive nudges, those moments of inspiration that come from beyond our conscious awareness.
So being open to it.
Yeah, he also does practices like meditation, reflection, and paying attention to your dreams.
Okay, interesting.
He also stresses the importance of maintaining a positive mental attitude. And cultivating a sense of gratitude.
It makes me think about how we often dismiss our gut feelings or those flashes of insight.
Absolutely.
Because we can't immediately rationalize them.
We want to explain it.
Yeah. What if we started paying more attention?
Right. What if we did?
To those subtle cues.
It's definitely a shift in perspective. Instead of always relying on logic and analysis, what if we also allowed ourselves to be guided by intuition and feeling?
I like that.
It's not about abandoning reason, but about integrating it with this other way of knowing.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like we have this whole other toolkit of resources available to us, but we often don't even realize it's there.
We don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, tapping into that sixth sense is what allows us to navigate the complexities of the modern world.
That's a good point.
Think about it. We're bombarded with information.
We are.
Constantly making decisions, trying to make sense of it all.
Right.
Maybe intuition is what helps us cut through the noise and find the signal, make choices that align with our values, and connect with others on a deeper level.
That's a really powerful thought.
It is a powerful thought.
It's like we have this internal compass that can guide us towards our true path.
Our true north.
If we just learn to listen to it.
If we just learn to listen.
So if someone wanted to start exploring this concept
of
the sixth sense, where would you suggest they begin?
I think it starts with becoming more aware of your inner landscape. Pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, those intuitive nudges that you might normally miss. Start a journaling practice. Meditate. Spend time in nature. Anything that helps you quiet the mental chatter. And tune into that deeper wisdom within you.
So it's not about seeking answers outside ourselves.
No.
But about cultivating that inner knowing.
Cultivating that inner knowing.
That's really empowering.
It is empowering.
And I think it connects beautifully with all the other principles we've discussed. When you have that burning desire, when you're clear about your purpose, when you're persistent in pursuing your goals.
Absolutely.
And you're collaborating with others who support your vision.
You create the conditions for that sixth sense to flourish.
It's like all these pieces work together.
It's like a symphony.
To create a symphony of success.
A symphony of success. I love that.
This deep dive has been such a fascinating exploration.
It has been.
Of Napoleon Hill's work.
Yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that we all have the power within us. To achieve amazing things. It's not about luck. Or circumstance.
It's not.
It's about cultivating the right mindset.
It's about the mind.
Developing the right skills.
Developing those skills.
And trusting in our own potential.
And trusting in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
You don't have to do it alone.
Surround yourself with a supportive community.
Yes, your mastermind group.
Connect with your mastermind group.
Keep that burning desire alive.
Yeah.
The world is waiting to see what you create.
That's it for our deep dive.
Yeah, that's it.
Into Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope this conversation has sparked some new ideas.
Hopefully some new ideas.
And inspired you to take action.
Take action towards your dreams.
Towards your dreams.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep thinking big.
Keep thinking big.
Keep dreaming bold.
Keep dreaming bold.
And keep reaching for the stars.
And keep reaching for the stars.
See you on our next deep dive.
See you then.